Okay then, today we're going to have a look at reverbs. So we stand here on the outskirts of the city. We're still fully in the urban ambience, which has a level of 1, and that gives us an urban reverb effect. And if we look at the top left corner here, we have a listener reverb info debug text. The reason we made this a text instead of another widget is that it's not that much information. We only choose between a primary and a secondary reverb, and then we have a mix between those two. And also we can get from the ambience inspector what reverb should be playing. And urban reverb effect should be playing here, and urban reverb effect is playing with a full mix. Now if we just take a few steps towards the forest, what happens first is actually that we're leaving the urban volume, and we're getting a mix of urban and global. However, as you can see, these are using the same reverb effect, so the reverb algorithm just chooses to still play urban at full mix. And if we keep going, we'll be moving towards this forest. So now we're getting a blend of urban and forest. You can see here that forest reverb is playing as the primary and urban is playing as the secondary, and both at 0.5. So if I just take one step back here, if I just spun on the spot there, you can see this is where the intersection is. So right here, it's urban, and then if I take a few steps, it's forest. So there's a seamless crossfade of reverbs as I start walking into the forest. And hopefully you can hear that reverb fading in nicely to the footsteps. And yeah, this will then be applied to any sounds sending to the reverb submix. And then on the ambience components, you can define this again on ambience definition or as an override directly on the component or volume. So for this one, we have a reverb effect chain that only has a forest reverb, and that one has an impulse response. But in theory, you could be using any type of effect here. I'm not sure if this will be super useful. You could do something like reflections, tap delays. If you're in an urban environment and you want some added taps, then you could do that with this effect chain. If we were to remove this effect chain, we would only have a slot for an impulse response, but that would be a limiting factor for the functionality. So let us know what you think is best there, and we might be able to optimize this further. But for now, you're choosing a reverb effect chain, and then it swaps from one to the other. And yeah, that's pretty much what the system does. Now, when working on this, we also stumbled on a revolutionary way on how to test reverbs. Yeah, a lot of hard work was put into this, and finally we have this very exciting technology to show you. So, thanks for watching. That's all we got for reverb.